Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. The welterweight division has another threat, and that guy's name is Delante Johnson, who moved to 17 wins with 8 KOs. He knocked out Nicklaus Flaz. He's Puerto Rican. He knocked him out in 4 rounds, and make no mistake about it, I mean, this was a very, very good performance. Flaz came in with 15 wins and 2 defeats. He had 10 KOs in the wins column. He's 29 years of age. His 2 defeats, one of them was back in 2020. It was a knockout, first round knockout loss to an undefeated fighter. But that can happen. You can get caught cold, and you know, he also lost a unanimous 6th rounder, I think, early on in his career, much of three years previous, 2017, 2016, something like that. He was undefeated as well, the guy who beat him in the 6th rounder. Now, following his 1-round loss, again, to an undefeated fighter, he then fought 2 other undefeated fighters and won majority decisions over both. So this guy, Flaz, even though he's got a couple of defeats on his record, no one's ever given him anything. He's learning it the hard way, or he's moved up the hard way. And for that reason, he was considered a threat to Johnson, to Delante Tiger Johnson, he calls himself. And this guy's a couple of years younger. He's 27. He's American. Both orthodox fighters. And this was on the ProBox YouTube channel, free to air. I mean, I cannot emphasize enough how fantastic ProBox TV is. They give you these free cards, and they're so competitive. And if you're someone who likes, the big stars and the bells and whistles stuff, this might not be for you, although the production values are very good. But if you like 50-50 matchups and you genuinely love boxing and want to watch some good boxing, this is without question, the place to be. Free. It's free to air. Watch it on YouTube, for Christ's sake. It's, why would you not want to watch it? And this was considered a 50-50 fight going in. Now, Johnson... they both had similar styles, actually. Johnson and Flaz, like I say, they're orthodox fighters. And they were both, jabbing well, and it was a bit of sort of, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I thought maybe Johnson edged the first round with a couple of very good, very stiff jabs, but there weren't a lot in it. Second round, again, more of the same. Both guys sort of boxing, looking for the openings. I can't remember which round it was, but there was a very good punch to the body landed by Flaz that seemed to sort of perturb Johnson. And certainly in the 3rd round, the first half of the 3rd round, it looked like Flaz might be getting on top. And Johnson held. When he was pushed to the corner, there was a punch, and he held. And that's always a sign that you might have been a little bit shaken up. I think it was the body punch that did it, if memory serves. But the thing about Flaz is, and I think Paulie Malignaggi and Chris Algeria were commentating, excellent commentary team, by the way. They mentioned, Flaz is leaving himself open to the right-hander. And sure enough, at the end of the 3rd round, right at the end of it, 10 seconds to go, enormous overhand right from Johnson put Flaz on the canvas. And he was hurt. He got up and he was sort of bouncing around, like tottering around. Right at the end of the round, the referee had a look at him. He even said to him after the bell had gone, "Hold your hands up. If you're on the floor, you get up, hold your hands up to show that you're okay." And Flaz was like, yeah, all right. Well, in the 4th round, more of the same, because Johnson tore after him, letting both hands go, and was really throwing cautions to the winds. And Flaz was trying to punch back. There was no quitting the guy. But he was a sucker for the overhand right. He could not get out of the way of the overhand right. And his legs were just not under him. And it was, I don't know, 1.5 minutes into the round, 2 minutes into the round. I think it was, I can't remember. But the sheer accumulation of pressure and volume of punch put Flaz on the canvas again. He sort of spilled onto the canvas and got up, and he was all over the place. He sort of wobbled to a corner, managed to turn around. The referee said, "Step to your side." He drunkenly staggered to the side, and the referee said, "That's your lot." Now, this was a good win for Johnson. You know, you're almost tempted to say that, you know, obviously below world level, but it's a very good win. One of those wins that springboards you to, you know, up the ladder to the point where people are starting to say, you know, this Johnson guy, undefeated now in 17, 8 KOs, only 27 years of age, so he's coming into his prime. He's got something about him. And it wasn't that he had things all his own way for the first 2.5 rounds. He was made, you know, there was some danger from Flaz there. Flaz is a good fighter. You know, he got knocked out in this fight for sure, but he's nobody's mug. And for Johnson to go about his work this way and get it done so impressively, yeah, it's definitely a few rungs up the ladder he moves. For Flaz at 29, he's got to rebuild. He can still beat, you know, B- level fighters. You know, don't get me wrong, but this is going to be a bad one to come back from. But like I say, no one's ever given him anything, Flaz, and he's fought lots of undefeated fighters previously. He's beaten all but 2 of them, but the manner of this defeat is pretty bad. But it will be interesting to see who Johnson gets put in with next. I mean, I'm sure it'll be welcome back on ProBox TV because it was entertaining. It was, you know, the punch power and the precision as well was very good. Although, like I say, Flaz was a sucker for that overhand right. He just couldn't get out of the way. But nevertheless, I'm eager to see where Johnson goes from here. He could be in the welterweight world-class mix before long. Maybe he is now. I don't know. But go and have a look at it. This was on ProBox TV on YouTube. The whole card was very, very good. Lots of entertaining, you know, matchups. Quite a few knockouts as well, if you like your knockouts. So go and have a look and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching the vid. Like it if you liked it. Hit that little clicky like thing. And also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.